They sold the house and left me. Years later, she came crying, he cheated. I shut the door. Alright, I'm a 23-year-old guy, and let me tell you my story, plain and simple, like I'd talk to you over a beer. I got kicked out of my folks' place when I turned 18, about 5 years back now, and lost everything I called home. Growing up, me and my parents never got along, always felt like a stranger in my own house. From the time I was a little kid, I could sense they didn't want me around. I try real hard to make them like me, doing whatever I could to win them over, but it was like chasing the wind. By the time I hit my teenage years, I gave up on that dream and just kept to myself. That shift probably started when I was in middle school, maybe high school, hard to pin it down exactly. Once I was a high schooler, I only talked to them if I needed something, like money for lunch or a ride somewhere, and that was it. I didn't hate them or nothing, I just figured out they didn't care about having a son, so why should I bother? It stung, sure, but I had no one else to turn to. My dad worked as a kid doctor, and my mom taught science to middle schoolers. Funny thing is, they were great with other people's kids, but with me? Not so much. By the time I was in high school, I'd made up my mind to stop trying to impress them. We lived under the same roof but might as well have been on different planets. Dad rolled in late from work, and Mom, even though she got home same time as me, wouldn't say a word. We'd just hole up in our rooms, like roommates who didn't know each other. I ain't kidding, it was that cold. I knew college wasn't happening unless I figured it out myself. On my 18th birthday, they sat me down and said, "Look, we've done our part 'cause the law made us, but you're a man now, time to fend for yourself." They acted like they were pushing me to stand on my own 2 feet, but I saw through it. They just wanted me gone, didn't give a damn if I sank or swam. I hadn't even thought about college yet 'cause I decided to take a year off to stack some cash. I knew I'd need money to live, and without it, school was a pipe dream. So, after I hit 18, I went job hunting and landed a gig at the local supermarket. Pay wasn't great, but it felt good to have my own dollars for once. That good feeling didn't last long, though. Just a couple weeks in, trouble came knocking. My parents called me over one day and dropped a bombshell. They were selling the house. I was floored, didn't know what to say. When I asked why, they said they were quitting their jobs to travel the country with the cash from the sale. They'd been saving up for years, they said, and now that I had a job and was grown, they were free to chase their dreams. They gave me a heads up to figure my life out, like it was no big deal. I was in a bind. I just started working, barely had a dime saved, couldn't even rent a closet, let alone an apartment, and splitting rent with buddies wasn't an option yet. I was nowhere near ready to pay for college, even if I slept under a bridge. I begged them to hold off, just give me a few months to get on my feet, but they wouldn't budge. They'd waited long enough, they said, and my problems weren't their concern anymore. My mom looked me dead in the eye and said, "You're an adult now, we don't have to look after you. This house is ours, and we'll do what we want with it. Where you end up ain't our worry." Those words cut deep, stuck with me 'cause they hurt so bad. We had a huge blowout that day, yelling, cussing, the works. I told them they were awful, wished them the worst, and didn't care they were my parents or older than me. They were ruining my life without a second thought, so why should I hold back? After that fight, I walked out and never heard from them again. Didn't expect to, neither, 'cause I knew they'd never reach out once I was gone. Here's the kicker, I had nowhere to go. No family to crash with. My parents didn't keep up with their kin. They lived far from their folks, skipped family gatherings, didn't even go home for Christmas, so I barely knew my relatives. Couldn't call up an aunt or uncle I didn't know and beg for a couch, not like I could find them anyway, living in a different state. My school buddies were off at college, and I wasn't about to bug them or their folks, that'd be weird. So, I took a chance and dialed up a girl I worked with, who's now my wife. Crazy how it all turned out, but I'm damn glad I made that call. She ran the makeup section at the supermarket, and we'd been hitting it off since I started flirting a bit, getting tight real quick. She got me 'cause she had her own parent troubles. She's 2 years older, couldn't afford college either, her dad was hooked on drugs, and her mom only cared about herself. When she turned 18, her dad split to live with his brother, and her mom said she was on her own. Since then, she'd been hustling to save for cosmetology school, dreaming of doing makeup for a living. When I told her my mess, She didn't hesitate, said to come over right away and crash at her place. I owe her everything for that. I wouldn't have made it alone, too cold out, no one else to help. Her spot was tiny, and she was scraping by, but she took me in anyway. Shows you what kind of heart she's got. I stayed with her, didn't pay rent at first cause I was broke, but I chipped in for food and bills. Once I saved up, I started splitting rent too. We went from pals to soulmates fast. My original plan was to work the supermarket gig for a year or so, but after my folks ditched me, I kicked it into high gear. Still there now, but I climbed up to floor supervisor, got it cause I worked my tail off. Been at it a year, making decent money, and my wife's finally in cosmetology school, working part-time too. Life was good. Then, out of nowhere, my mom showed up last week. No clue how she tracked me down, haven't talked in 5 years. I opened the door, and she hugged me before I could blink. Caught me off guard, should have checked the peephole. I asked what she wanted, and she was already dropping her bags like she owned the place. She looked at me, all sad, and said she was back cause my dad left her. Gave me the rundown, they traveled for a year and a half, then settled in California with jobs. A month ago, Dad told her he was cheating with some waitress from near his work and was leaving her for good. Mom thought he'd lost it, fought with him, then decided to keep her pride and come back here. Now she needed a place to stay, wanted to save cash for a divorce and didn't have much time before retiring, so she figured she'd move in with me, no asking or nothing. I saw my shot and threw her old words back at her, "You're an adult now, I don't gotta help you. This is my house, and I'll do what I want with it. You're on your own." Told her she wasn't family no more, grinned wide, and slammed the door, best feeling ever. My wife, though, thinks I was too harsh, says maybe I should give Mom a chance. She's not mad, but she saw it go down and reckons I overdid it. Her folks died recently, guess that's why she's soft on it. I ain't budging, though, not after Mom came crawling back after 5 years. Here's an update, I talked it out with my wife. We weren't fighting, but I could tell she wasn't thrilled with how I handled Mom. She knew it was my deal, didn't want to butt in, but it was straining us. So, yesterday, after thinking it over and hearing some folks' takes, I sat her down. Laid out my whole childhood, how my parents treated me like dirt, made me feel like I didn't belong. I tried fading into the background, but they still screwed me over. Didn't feel bad turning Mom away, they never checked on me in 5 years, only showed up cause she needed saving. My wife got it, said sorry for pushing. Turns out, she's been raw cause her dad died from drugs and her mom from a heart attack these past few years, made her sensitive. We're cool now, glad we cleared it up. Mom, though? She's a pain. She's been blowing up social media, thinking it'll guilt me into letting her in. Could have just said sorry, but nah, she's too full of herself. She's posting how me and Dad are cruel, how she wasted her life on us, calling me just like him for ditching her, never mind she did worse to me. She's got a fake account, tagging me, my wife, our friends, everyone. Creeps me out how she know all this. We're private online, ain't told her nothing. Folks we know are reporting her, but she'll just make another account. Don't wanna call the cops, too much hassle, and we're busy, but if she keeps it up, we might have to. It's annoying as hell, I just want Dad to take her back so she's off my back. So far, it's just a nuisance, hope it stays that way. 2 weeks later, and Mom's still at it. She started coming to my store, glaring at me for an hour or two around noon. I ignored her all week, best way to deal. Yesterday, she didn't show, and I thought she'd given up. Nope. After my shift, she was by my car, looking beat, not mad. Felt a twinge of pity, she's worse off than before. Don't know where she's staying, she burned bridges here, and a hotel's too pricey for her broke self. Didn't ask, ain't my business. Tried to dodge her, but she blocked my car, begging to talk. After 5 minutes, I caved, asked what she wanted after all her stunts. She broke down, sobbing loud, couldn't even speak. I don't like her, but I'm human, she was hurting bad. Calmed her down, let her sit in my car to get it together. Wouldn't have if she hadn't lost it, just saying cause some folks online called me names for being decent. Ain't called the law cause it's a headache and costs money I don't got. In the car, she said dad went weird in California, and the affair broke her. She came back cause she couldn't stand it there, had no cash borrowed from friends to get here. Quit her job years ago, lived off dad, but now she's got nothing, no friends, no family but me. I felt for her but told her I'd only give her some bucks, ain't letting her in my house. Can't trust her, and she don't deserve it after what she did. She got mad, said she didn't want my help, slammed my door, and stormed off. Today, she didn't show at work, hope she's done for good. I'm worn out. Month later, she's been quiet, think she's gone. Found out she got my info from an old public Facebook I forgot about, tagged friends, posted pics of my place, didn't hide nothing. That's how she tracked me. Too late to fix now, but I'm sure she's done trying, she knows it's pointless. Don't know what she's doing, don't care, just want her gone. Hope she's alright, though ain't a monster, just don't want her near me. Her old pals hit me up, said she asked them for help after I said no, but they ignored her cause she ghosted them years back. She was at a motel outside town, then blocked them, guess she's moved on. Bet she'll pop up when the divorce starts, though. Big twist, almost a year since I last saw her, figured she'd be broken divorcing, but nope, she's back with dad. Heard it from family at a cousin's wedding, parents didn't show, but I asked my aunts for the scoop. Mom went back, told dad to divorce her or she'd make it ugly. He tried marrying the waitress, but she was playing him, sleeping around, didn't want him. He dumped her, and boom, parents reunited. Good for them, they're made for each other. Anyone else would have suffered with them, so it's best they're together. Me and my wife laughed hard, they're family clowns now, just like I thought. Life's good again.